Hello, hello, hello. I'm not entirely sure if this is streaming right now. I have to. Here we go. I can see that it is now. And live. Sorry about all the, shadowy nonsense that I had to pull just to get these to show up properly. So I'm showing you my updated odd eyes list. This is after ban list and after this bad boy's official release. Further ado, let's get into the main deck, starting with the monsters. Please note that I do not run any traps in the main deck for this. They're all sighted, if I run any at all. So obviously, as you saw from the beginning of this, we've got 3 Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon. The most important part of the deck, Odd Eyes Archpendulum Dragon. The best low scale for the deck, well, for the archetype I should say, that I have access to. I don't know what happened to my Phantasma. Once I get a replacement copy, that will more than likely be added into the deck again, depending on the situation, otherwise it might be sighted. We got 3 Persona, 2 Phantom. Can never hurt to really have double down on that burn as well as the 1200 attack boost. I've actually had some instances where my opponent will kaiju with a weaker monster, so they'll give me, say, Gamma Seal and special summon the 3300 to their side, and then go to attack, in which case they lose their monster. Walking Polymerization, Former Pal, Odd Eyes Dissolver, the only tuner that Odd Eyes really has, Former Pal Odd Eyes Synchron. Now this is actually a fairly not necessary but not unnecessary card, as it allows me to go into some kind of hilarious plays when I really want to. We got 2 Rocket Synchron because what's most of the deck? Level 7 Dark Dragons. The only exception that I could really say anything about would be in the extra deck. And if I'm not mistaken, only summon dark monsters after that, so that's not that big a deal. And we're also running 1 Dragon Buster Destruction Sword for the extra deck lockout. Now we got the Darkworm engine. We're running 2 Darkworm, 2 Gate. Because it destroys, we want to both draw into it and be able to search it. For spiciness, as well as to get back my my banished target off of Valor. Should it be a dragon, that is. Chaos Emperor, the Dragon of Armageddon. And then for the last 3 monsters in the main deck, we're running 2 Mist Valley Apex Avian, the eroded version of the card. I do want to actually get the original print if I can. And 1 Mist Valley Thunderbird, because who doesn't like having an infinite negate? Now onto the spells. Disconnected. My computer was telling me that OBS has disconnected. I apologize if that's the case. We're just getting back into the spell cards, so in case it decided to skip over or for whatever reason, we got Spiral Flame Strike at 3. For those of you that don't know the effect, there you go. If you control an odd eyes card, target one card in the field and destroy it. The second one is add to your hand one level 7 odd eyes monster from your deck, or face up level 7 odd eyes pendulum monster from your extra deck. So effectively, it's both a searcher as well as a recovery. Three Sky Iris, and because it destroys the search, more than likely I'm going to want to have Arc Pendulum on the field, because Arc Pendulum goes off on destruction of another Odd Eyes. 3 Allure, whole deck's dark, why not? Well, 90% of the deck is dark anyway. There's all of what, 6 cards that are light, that are not dark? Like, let's see. Yeah, so those are wind. And those are light. Yeah, those are 6 cards. 6 cards that aren't dark. We're good. We are good. 2 Summoner's Art. Give me another way to search out the Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon. 2 Dragon Shrine. Gotta get into that Dark Worm play somehow, as well as the fact that it lets me mill a Arc Pendulum Dragon, meaning I have a couple less cards in the deck than I originally started with if I activate that first. One called by the grave. Sad that the ban list had to hit this. It actually helps out rogue decks a lot. 1 Foolish Burial. Again, another way to get into the Dark Worm plays. And those of you that saw the Verte at the beginning, 1 Pendulum Fusion. Mist Valley Thunderbird. Crystron Halfibrex. Still hate that name. From here on out, I'm going to refer to this as Needle Fiber, which is what it should have been called from the beginning over here. Summons my my Rocket Synchrons. IP Masquerena. Lets me get rid of the odd one out, meaning the Union Carrier, if I leave it on board, as well as a few other things. Mekk-Knight Crusadia Avermax. It's a good option to have. It's another. I keep getting disconnected from the stream again. That's the 3rd time this has happened. I'm not so sure what's going on here. Okay, so I'm looking at the stream right now, and it looks like it's not really skipping through anything. It's just being a bit delayed. So we've got Appaloosa because, you know, Appaloosa is a good negate. Unfortunately, only negates monster effects. And because this deck is all level 7s, we have Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. We have Dark Enthlin Dragon. As well. Flare Metal's there for the pressure. Anthlin's there for another way to get life points out of the opponent on my turn. And I bet you're wondering, what exactly am I summoning off of Supreme King Gate 0? I'm summoning Shooting Riser Dragon. So if I don't go into Needle Fiber through the normal means, I'm going to go through summoning this by popping an Odd Eyes, setting off Arc Pendulum, and summoning this. Psyframe Lord Omega, I am actually considering dropping this for a different card entirely. The Supreme King Dragon Clearwing is my my other option. Once I get done with the deck profile, stay tuned, and I'll be doing a short combo tutorial. I'll be tutorialing two hands. Borreload Savage Dragon. It's a level 8 synchro, dark, and it's a fucking fun one. We all know what it does. Ignis or Prominence. The Blasting Draco Slayer. And it looks like I may be losing connection to the stream in a second here. That's very unfortunate. But I'll be back in a moment if it does. So it's non-targeting spin, as well as destroying a card. And I'm running two Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. I run this with the two rarities because well, those are the two rarities I have. But normally when I'm running two Vortex, I'm also running a Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. So I'll usually summon the secret off of Absolute, so I know that the secret is the one that's not able to be reborn. But I will use the ulti so that I know it's the one that can be reborn. However, I'm not running that at this moment in time. So, extra deck over here. Shuffling the main deck. Let's get into a combo. If you'd like to see any specific starting hands, let me know and I'll see what I can do. Actually, if you're watching this after the stream is over and done with, feel free to let me know in the comments, and the next time I do a combo tutorial, I'll make sure I'll go through those specific hands as much as I can. I am up. So, draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This hand sucks. I can't do a damn thing with that. I may need to shuffle more. Normally I don't get hands like that with this. I swear I've never seen something so bad. Every time I'm actually playing against somebody, it always goes and gets the best possible hand. Surprisingly. Ah, here we go. Ooh, would you look at that, a Thunderbird. That does not go there. Alright, so from what I've got here, there's no need for me to go into Verte Anaconda because I have the Pendulum Fusion in hand. So here I'm going to start with Foolish. Dumping the Dark Worm. Dark Worm will special. Grab the Gate 0. Activate Spiral Flame. Search Arc Pen. Activate Spiral Flame. search phantom. At this point, I'm going to scale ArcPen and scale Phantom, and I'm going to pendulum summon these two. Set that. I'm going to go pop gate 0 and Phantom due to the effect of gate 0 to summon Shooting Riser. Now I'm going to put that in the extra monster zone because it's kind of a why not? If I want all the link zones in the main monster zone I'm going to do that. So I'm going to, on resolution, chain Arc Pendulum, and Supreme King Gate 0 will chain block so that they cannot Ash or Ogre my Arc Pen. Eyes Phantom Dragon. So we're going to link these two off. For Halki. Halki's going to summon Rocket Synchron. And I'm going to do something a little goofy here because I can do two different plays at this point. Now, I should probably run a link 3. Sadly, I am not. So what I can do instead now that I think about it, it might be a good idea for me to go and start running a link cross in this deck. The only question is, what do I cut? I vote for cutting the Omega. Omega doesn't really serve much purpose. Although I can always cut the second vortex. More than likely I'll cut the second vortex. Because if I go into link cross, I can go link cross right here. Link cross is a light cybers. Summons 2 materials for me to sync with if I really wanted to. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it's 2 level 1 tokens, though. That's the sad thing. So, let's just continue with what I've got. Because, since I've got that going on, I could actually leave this in the deck, now that I think about it, because at this point, whatever this summons is kind of fun. So I can either summon this, or I can summon this. I can either summon Rocket Synchron or Odd Eye Synchron. Now, if I summon Odd Eye Synchron, I can just make an IP and then go into another monster entirely. Alternatively, I can also do the same thing with Rocket Synchron. But I'm going to want the Rocket Synchron later. And since I'm running 2 of those, it's best that I make sure that the Rocket Synchron stays in the deck. So, rather than summon Rocket Synchron, I'm summoning Odd Eyes Synchron, activating Pendulum Fusion using these 2 as material. I will make Odd Eyes Vortex all the way over here. And then link these 2 off. And I can actually make 2 type or attribute. So, Dark Worm and Auto Synchron gives me attribute. Meaning, had I played this a little differently, I'd have an IP and a Union Carrier on the board right now. And now that I think about it, there's a way that I can do that. So I'll start with the same hand. I'll start with the same exact hand after this and show you where I can go with that route. So we'll just put the IP right there and link both of those off for an Appaloosa. So I've got a live Vortex and a live Appaloosa with 2 negates available, which kind of blows. But let's see, all of this goes back in the deck. Except for that, and except for those. So, we'll show you the combo I just now realized. And it doesn't matter if I shuffle at this point in time, because we're just going to do that whole combo all over again. So we're going to go Foolish, dump, Dark Worm Special, search, Gate 0, that's now engraved. Activate Flame Strike, add, and add, normal, link 2, that goes to grave, that goes to extra, into IP, So now things get a little confusing here. A little more confusing than I would like. So we go Arc Pen, Scale Phantom, Pen Gate. Gate pops Phantom. Is it starting to look a little familiar? Special riser right there. Rescales itself. And then I'll summon Phantom. At this point I can link 2 to Hulk. Hulk will summon Synchron. And I realize the other play is actually a lot better. My apologies. Because this still ends in the same board. Either not Appaloosa or an Avermax. An Avermax is a better option. It doesn't matter how I go through with that hand. It ends on the same board. That's slightly disappointing. Alright, next draw. extra. So every time I do combo tutorials, I'm going to do 3 hands and see how it goes. One, two, three, 4, and 5. So here we go. At this point, I can do one of 2 things to start off. Technically one of 3, but I want to preserve the normal summon for when I need it most. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a lure. And what does that get me? An allure and a flame strike. So that's pretty damn nice. So I'm going to banish Odd Eye's Arc. I'm going to activate Odd Eye's Revolution Dragon, discarding it, paying 500. Search out Chaos Emperor, Dragon of Armageddon. We're going to go scale it, pay a K, pop, goes to extra. I add this back to hand. Effectively, I just drew 2 cards for free. So now, I go allure again. Boom. That's always fun, and I don't need this second one now. So now, we can just go normal summon. We can normal the Dark Worm, search the gate. Activates file Flame Strike twice. I can't speak today. Don't know why. Add that and add that. So we're adding Arc Patent and Phantom off the 2 Flame Strikes. So now we scale the Persona and the Arc Pen. We go and pen Phantom, Gate 0, Thunderbird. Now at this point, this can kind of go anywhere because we got the materials to make several different things at this point in time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at what my options are here. I'm liking my options, so I'm going to pop Persona with Gate 0. You know the drill on this one. Summon Shooting Riser. Arc Pen is going to go off. Gate 0 is going to chain block. We're going to summon Reformer Pal, Odd Eyes, Dissolver off of that Arc Pen. Because I don't feel like making Verte. Definitely don't feel like making Verte Anaconda right now. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to go link off the Thunderbird and the Shooting Riser for Hulk. Hulk is going to summon level 1 tuner. We're not even getting into the best plays the deck has because the deck's not giving me the hands I'm looking for. But we'll work with what we got. So technically this is the third combo tutorial because the first hand was absolute garbage. And it feels like something bit up my right arm or left arm. So apologies for taking a moment to scratch that shit. So from here, we can actually do one other thing. Whether I want to do that other thing is left entirely to do I want to do it. Actually, now that I think about it, summoning Rocket Synchron is the best option I've got right now. So, again, I need to run a link cross so I can actually do shit a little better. But I'll work with what I got. So I'm going to go Fuse using the effect of Dissolver. Hard make it Vortex. Hard to make it a Vortex. Then we're gonna go looks like I'm gonna have to modify my extra deck on this a little bit. I need a Link 3. Any suggestions would be great. But for now, I'm thinking of just using the Tenyi Link 3 that has an effect. So I'm gonna go Union Carrier. These two. And I'm going to double check what do I need. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I can go Union Carrier into Oddeyes Vortex Dragon. Equip Dragon Bust to the Destruction Sword. Banish a light and dark. Why not banish the Shooting Riser? Because I can always get back the Odd-Eyes Revolution, I think. Especially if I'm running Oath Dragon Magician, but I'm not currently doing so. So this will summon to right to there in the left zone of Crystron Needle Fiber. And I will proceed to link here so you guys can see a little better what I'm working with on the board. Those out for... Where the hell's my IP go? Where the hell did my IP go? There she is. For IP Masquerena. So now the opponent's locked out of their extra deck, and on their turn, I effectively can go into any Link monster I want. So I can go into Boral Sword, I can go into Appaloosa, and I can go into Avermax. Unfortunately, I do not have an access code. And most of the time when I'm working on combos and all that, I end up not accounting for a lot of things, so most of the time when I play, I end up finding more combos than I originally thought there were, because I'm working to get around some nonsense that the opponents put up on their side of the field. So, any questions? I'll wait about 5 minutes or so before I got disconnect from the entire stream. Feel free to ask. I don't bite. I also apologize a bit for the glare there. Did not mean to accidentally blind anybody. Also, the next one will be Endymion. Featuring some of the same tactics that we've seen here, but probably a lot less, well put together in comparison. However, with the Endymion, we will be able to do a little more than the standard plays, but we'll see on the next one what that entails. The following weekend, I'll be doing the Ancient Gear deck. And on a few older videos, I've seen people asking, where did I get this mat? Let me show you guys the mat so you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's the mat. Let me see if the thing's actually showing right. I made this mat in GIMP using the some modified versions of the official card arts, and the background was Duelist Alliance. I made it in GIMP in about 10 minutes because of how simple everything was. That's why you'll see on Darkness Metal's feet, it looks like he's kind of got him cut off. And as you can obviously see, you can also see the Agar Payne, who is now banned. Saruja, who again, one of part of him is kind of cut off. The Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon was definitely a bit cut off. And then on top of that, the King Dragoon, this guy. The one in the little bottom corner here. That one is the one that's unusable due to Agar Payne having been banned. But overall, the mat it cost me about $40 because it's got the stitched edging here, and it's a custom mat. Did not come with the bag. Did not come with the tube. I usually keep it in a clear Ultra Pro tube. I ordered it off of what the hell was it? Inked Gaming. I ordered it off of Inked Gaming. I don't have like a promo code or anything like that. I wish I did, so you guys could get discounts and all that. Occasionally, actually, I might put this mat up for a prize mat at some point. Just because it's got so much sentimental value, I kind of don't want to. Either that or I'll make an updated mat that's just purely odd eyes and have that as the giveaway mat, or to replace this mat. I'm technically just using this as a mouse pad now because I've got a 2-player mat. Let me see if I can get it here. I got a 2-player Spellground mat, so I'll be definitely using that when I go to events again. But until then, I'm basically stuck using my custom mat because it's the one that works better for events, basically. So, I think that's been a little bit enough time for the whole stream. Again, last stream I noticed that somebody was trying to talk to me through the chat, and I didn't see anything. And I just realized that may have been because I had it set to top chat rather than live chat. So next time I'm going to have it on live chat. And it is bright out. Way too bright out. Alright. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions that I didn't answer here, feel free to ask in the comments. Have a good